and your take on the echo of it that it's got to be Kelsey too, because Harris needs a big white dude to come out for her. I don't understand the second point, not on a race basis, but I don't know who cares about Kelsey. But Taylor Swift matters. Does she matter to you?
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't matter to me, but it matters to tens, if not hundreds of millions of kids out there who are of voting age, to be quite honest with you. I went to not one, but two Taylor Swift concerts.
Of course you did.
And I'm telling you right now,
alone too,
one of the greatest. No, I did not. I took my daughters with me, and it was with my daughters. And no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not going to Taylor Swift concert by myself. I took my daughters, but I got to tell you, Chris, it's one of the greatest concerts I've ever seen, and I've never seen. I mean, it was the closest I can honestly say, because I am a Beyonce fan all day, every day. Nobody comes before Beyonce, but the Taylor Swift concert, in terms of how these youngsters were acting, it was the closest thing that I had ever seen to Michael Jackson, and how Michael Jackson had galvanized folks. I mean, people were in tears, they were fainting, they were having to be carried away by security. I've never seen anything like it. And they knew every single verse of every single one of her songs. She didn't even have to sing, and they would gravitate to her. There was a point where when I took them to SoFi Stadium to watch in Los Angeles to watch her perform, she got a 9.5-minute ovation. She couldn't sing her songs because they wouldn't stop cheering. That's the kind of effect that she has. So when she comes out the night of the debate, in the immediate aftermath of it, as a young woman, supporting this person that is on the verge of being the first female president in United States history, you have to surmise that it's probably an incredibly profound thing to have happened. There's a fan base that she has. The Swifties, they're going to gravitate to what she wants to do to some degree. Not so much Kelsey. He's his own man. He's going to do whatever he feels is right, and he's going to leave it. I know him personally. He's a good man, a good brother, but he thinks for himself. Nobody's going to think for him. But Taylor Swift is a different phenomenon. She's special, and she can definitely have an impact. There's a lot of conservatives out there, and as one of my conservative friends has told me over the years, he said, y'all do a lot of all of that other stuff on the independent side and on the liberal side. He says, us conservatives, we just go to the polls and vote. He said, that's what he said. So we'll see. And we will see. But right now, it does not look good for Trump. Make no mistake about it.
What do you think of her signing a childless cat lady?
That was a knock. That was a jab at vice presidential nominee Vance, no question about it. And rightfully so. He brought it on himself because I thought it was an immature comment on his part. You're running for the vice presidency of the United States. What you want to do is avoid alienating folks unnecessarily. Now, if you alienate them with your views on politics and policy, that would be one thing. But if you're going to throw snide remarks into the equation and alienate potentially millions of people unnecessarily, millions of ladies, especially when you support a policy of overturning Roe v. Wade, which is going to have an abundance of women against you anyway, it just doesn't seem like the most intelligent thing he could have done. I'm not calling him names. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just calling balls and strikes like I see it. And that's really what it comes down to. I think it was ill-advised. I think it was unnecessary. But I also think it was emblematic of the kind of thing Trump would do, which shows you that on part of the problem is having people in Trump's camp that seem to be more interested in appealing to him than appealing to the voters and the constituents out there.
Give me a quick yes, no. If Trump calls you and says, Stephen A., should I debate again? What do you say?
Oh, in a heartbeat. He definitely should, because he got his butt whipped in the first debate. And it wasn't on substance.
All you'd hear is
it
click
was on the
if
fact
you said that, by the way.
Turn the table. Say what?
As soon as you said you got your butt kicked, you'd hear click. Nobody's telling that.
Exactly. He got his butt clicked, no question. But it wasn't about substance. It was about style, and she won big time on the style points because she beat him at his own game. That's what's so profound about the performance last night. They're still going to debate her policy-wise. They're still going to excoriate her, and they're right to do so on the right because they feel adamantly different than she does. But in the end, for the purposes of a debate, it's about who walked away as the victor. And she did. And why did she do so? Because she beat him at his own game. She had him ruffled. She insulted him. I mean, your producer, Dusty, put up, I think she put something together where she was showing a whole bunch of tidbits where She just undressed them, called them weak, called them wrong, talked about audiences being exhausted from him and departing from his rallies and all of this stuff. And you could see him cringing, and he barely looked at her the whole night. All of these things played against him and played towards her in a very favorable fashion. She did what Hillary Clinton didn't do, what Joe Biden didn't do, which is beat him at his own game. She didn't even force him to play hers. She beat him at his game. She turned the tables, and he seemed ill-equipped to deal with it.
Hey, thanks for watching.